Welcome back to the Artistic Mystic Muse channel. I'm Nancy, your Mystical Muse. Thank you for all being here, for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Truly grateful. This is a reading for September 1st through 7th, 2024, and it's all about perception. And so I've got the eagle. This talks about seeing the big picture. Eagles fly way up high to see everything and how it's all moving, working, right? So perception is something important this week, and we're going to get into what that is. So I'm going a little out of order because that's what I'm being guided to do, but it says, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. Yeah, we're in a meat suit, and we are experiencing our version, our experience, our play, if you will, and how we're getting closer to love. Love of self, love of everything, of humanity, oneness, Christ consciousness, right? So that can be a little tricky. Bottom of the deck, we have, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So these things, this getting out, like seeing the forest through the trees, that's what we're being asked to do this week. And what does that look like? Well, blame, of getting out of the ego mind. I accept responsibility for my well-being, not blaming someone else. You get to choose how you react, how you feel or respond to someone or something, and not blaming them. You're being given that situation. Could be a test, see how you're going to handle it. Could be asking you to break a behavior pattern, whatever that is. And then we have envy. I'm the same as everyone, but with different challenges. It doesn't make your journey any less significant than anyone else's. It's just different, right? And you don't need to be envious. Why? That's their thing. This is your timeline, your journey path to create. And those things create fear, right? Fear of not being enough, fear of not, whatever that is, or what you've been conditioned to believe. And it says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Live in the energy of love, not fear. There's nothing to fear. And then we have service. I feel good when I can help others. So when you help others, you're connecting to your your soul, your human, we call it humanness, but it's your soul, to the divine, right? And when you are in service to others, you're assisting, you're sending out that frequency of love, not fear, but love. So that is a real push, and it also affects one's self-esteem. I possess great gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, and they come in all shapes, sizes, and kinds. Self-esteem, that you are enough, that you are worthy. And it's your worthiness, your knowledge of worthiness does not connect to these things, to the blame, to the envy, to the fear, to the whatever it is. Knowing that you came with your own special set of gifts is more than enough, and they are just as valuable as anything else. That's where the big picture comes in. That's where you step back, your perceptions of yourself, of situations, right? And eagles also are confident, right? Yeah. And they represent your integrity, coming from a place of integrity, connection to the spiritual realm as well. When you're in alignment, you're connecting to your higher self, to the divine. For some of you this week, partnership might be a subject matter, a topic. How you are partnering with yourself, partnering with the divine in your own life's path. There might be someone else that you partner up with that you're interested in collaborating with, sharing, meeting of the minds, whatever that is. But know that that may be of relevance this week. And then we've got the frog. This talks about healing, it also talks about cleaning, cleansing, emotional baggage, cleaning clutter. Clutter can create a frequency that's not conducive to your wellness. And frogs are about transformation. So frog medicine is here with us today, or this week. We also have unexpected visitor. Some of you may be visited, whether it's in spirit or in the 3D actuality, but something or someone may come up, and it's an 11, which talks about it's being divinely orchestrated. This always reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. So be aware of that. Bottom of the deck, I thought this was important. We had coming apart. So there are aspects of yourself, of the ego, that are being, they're showing me like the unweaving of something to put you back together again, but more holistically, correctly. So when you release these things of fear, blame, and shame, which come with envy, which come with the ego, you learn to work with it and not be triggered by it, right? So know that you may be going through this kind of a transformation right now for healing. Because we have goblins, and goblins talk about those people, situations that create those insecurities or those fears or what have you. The key is to observe it and recognize it being present when it's occurring, and then choosing how you're going to respond to it. Are you going to play with the goblins, or are you going to say, love you, but no thanks, right? Yeah, riding the wave this week, going with the flow, finding joy. Dolphins are always about joy and happiness. Finding joy in the moment, finding in the joy and gratitude of where you are. Everything's being taken care of in this moment, in this day, right? But riding the wave. And we've got the Golden Palace. This talks about knowing that you are being provided for. There is no scarcity. It is abundance of all shapes and kinds if you are open enough and understand and that they're ready to be given, to be blessed. But you can't come from a place of fear, of lack. It's changing that receptivity. When you hold a certain frequency, it brings in those things of those frequencies. So happiness, joy, gratitude, beautiful things, those are of a higher frequency. So that is important. We also have acceptance, which talks about, accepting things as they are and accepting yourself and knowing that the things of the past are of the past. They were lessons to get you here. And we've got butterflies of transformation. And there's this whole idea of things being activated. This card is twofold for me. It talks about being at peace when you're in a state of calm. You're able to be at peace and you create this boundary. Why? You know what your boundaries are. You know what you're worthy of, not worthy of. Trusting in the process. Everything, the ducks talk about abundance being provided for, and the gestation part of this, right? They're sitting on you. You're in the egg. I love this. But trusting that everything is at the right time. Everything is meant as it's supposed to be, and trusting that it's for your higher good. Even regardless of what it looks like, don't judge it. That's sometimes hard to do. Yeah, self-love. We've got self-love at the bottom of the deck, will, making choices. And then we have, again, expect the unexpected. We have the unexpected visitor. So whatever that is, just know that you might have a little surprise this week. So the keys to the 13 Universal Laws deck. This is my Oracle deck. And I'm going to see what other messages we have for this week of September 1st through 7th. If you're interested in this deck, it doesn't require any special directions. The link's below at GameCrafter. Yeah, key to change. Changing your perception of all kinds of things. Even conditioning. Things you thought were one way, maybe now there's something else. Key to intuition. Listen to the niggles and nudges. We've got the universal law of rhythm. Going with the flow, being in tune, right, with frequency, and key to goals. This month, too, is about taking one step. How are you going to take it? Affirmation. How are you going to take a step moving away from these things, but into a place of moving closer to love, of love? So take a look at things this week. See what comes up. And thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.